The Ember watch company made a bit of a splash, or should that be burn, a while ago with their incredibly interesting looking color options and bulky design. Based a stone throw away from my cousins in Devon in the UK, which by the way happened since my Swedish auntie fell in love with an Englishman, there was an immediate connection for me, not just due to the eye-catching design, and any of us old sci-fi fans would gravitate towards that logo any day of the week. In your face pink, a black and blue, and a deep blue and orange were suddenly everywhere. But today I'm excited to go live with a brand new color in this sky blue version that's released on the 5th of May 2025. Here in Australia we're withdrawing for darker evenings with whiskey and dark chocolate, which means dark dials and leather straps. But in the Northern Hemisphere, this is the watch you want to sport whether you're on the stony shores of the southern UK beaches or enjoying some midnight sun in what I hope is still the Danish territory Greenland as you watch this. In short, it's a very summery and inviting dial which softens up that angular case. And if you do happen to find yourself in the dark at some point, it does have a very nice trick up its sleeve, which I'll return to. You'd almost expect this to be battery driven with its futuristic EV design, but no. This is an automatic watch that is kept active by your wrist movements alone, so as long as you don't lie flat for 40 hours straight, it'll keep showing you the time without any annoying notifications. This is a rocket ship with no billionaires on board as far as I know anyway, so let's have a closer look together. The packaging is suitably customized and it's a good first impression, whilst not being that futuristic perhaps, but a shiny steel warranty card is a nice touch. The measurements don't tell the whole story with what is essentially a sculpted cushion case, but straight across diameter is exactly 40mm. Lug to lug is 47mm and I measure it at 11.8mm thick. On bracelet, it's 173 gram. Likely less on the FKM rubber and leather straps also available, and we get a 100 meter water resistance. Much like its very distant Japanese cousin in the Namika Okami, which I've also covered, this absolute minimalist design means you tend to get hyper-focused on the details. That means that the painted dials have to be super smooth with no blobs or artifacts anywhere, and any printed details must be crisp and clear. You would be surprised how many times the brand owners don't check the watches that do the rounds for review with some consequent own goals that could be avoided. Not so here, this dial is ridiculously good. Sure, it's quote unquote just a blue dial with print, but this print is incredibly crisp and clear. The worst I can find is an absolute minute black dot under the U in automatic. All other details, which includes the hands, are absolutely spot on. This is impressive for a watch that sells for under $480 without the bracelet, mind you. There are no indices here, but rather negative space to indicate where the 1 to 12 is. Shouldn't be a problem for anyone that can count, one would think, and this sandwich dial with a nice bit of lume underneath sure is a cool approach. If you forget how many seconds are in a minute, you'd be pleased to see 1 to 60 on the Rehort, which adds some texture to an otherwise super clean dial. The only bit of polish you'll find on this rocket is a fixed bezel that holds down the flat sapphire crystal with some internal AR coating that I would say is moderately effective. So this case, it's rather like titanium in its matte grey, but it's all 316L stainless steel. What you see here is all straight angles and interesting intersections between shapes. I think you either like this sort of thing or you don't. I am in the like corner, but it would be a sometimes watch for me personally. Much like if I had nachos every day, I would grow sick of it, but once or twice a month, perfect. That said, the lugs with their slow transition to a point are really good, and this is my favorite bit. When we put this on various straps later, we'll see how it changes the overall look. Despite the angles, there are no crown guards, but we get a screw down and sign crown, which is easy to grip and attractive. Flipping the watch over, we get a riff on the stylized log fire, at least that's what it looks like to me, and once again it's not a million miles off a Japanese wood print, other than physical distance perhaps. Behind here hides the Seiko NH38A movement, which hacks and hand winds with 41 hours of power reserve. The watch states designed in England, which is a good opportunity to highlight how this is a one-man band in John Glenister, having completed a Kickstarter 4 years ago and now managing an established brand. As it states on the website, this means when you contact Ember, it's John that will write back to you. One of the many reasons we love microbrands. The H-League bracelet perfectly matched in a case would be the main reason to buy it. Nothing wrong with it, of course. It's comfortable and easy to adjust at home with a screwdriver, and the push button adjust in a clasp is appreciated in this price range for sure. I really like the logo and Ember in the clasp. It is a classy brand name and design, so why not use it here? I'm going to show you this on the 2 white options from the brand and also a few other options. Do let me know which one is your favorite. The Lume is fun, as I mentioned, and very effective. It's great to have these brands exist in the world, and the sometimes watch as a concept is the very reason we collect watches, I think. To me, this one really comes alive when on straps, which reduces the blockiness slightly on the bracelet's end links. But many of you prefer bracelets, and if you go that way, you'll be well sorted here. As I create this review, we are in full tariff war mode, and who knows how this will affect small operators such as John and the Ember Watch Company. I worry that it is the small guys that will be the most hurt, but let's hope that this is not the case. We need you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.